than it was to build from the ground up brand new. Because then what they did is they took the city parking lot.
Rent's pretty high over there on your side.
Where does should be down close to zero.
Where does Port from?
Well, that's what I said. It should be close to zero then, for. That's good. You got a good kid there, right? No disrespect. I know she's a young lady. Anybody younger than me, she had a kid.
Yeah, there's something there.
It's 6:30, man.
That's right. Good evening. It's 6:30 Monday, February 1st, 2021. I'm Mayor Chris Martin calling to order the Logansport Common Council meeting. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Amy Denton?
Present.
Very good.
Present.
John Cannell?
Present.
Jason Don?
Present.
Scott Key? Absent. Carl McPherson?
Here.
Dave Morris?
Present.
Serving the approval of minutes for the January 4th, 2021 meeting.
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Amy Denton?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Jason Don?
Yes.
Carl McPherson?
Yes.
Dave Morris?
Abstain.
I need to change my vote.
That's why I wanted.
Sorry.
We're going to change.
Abstain.
John Cannell?
Yes.
Okay. The minutes is approved, 4 to 2 abstaining. Comments of the mayor. We went to Huntington Friday to tour the police station as requested by Councilman Hood. I'd like to extend my thank you to Councilman Hood, as not only did we get a better idea on the police station, but we were able to talk with the mayor and a council member. Councilman Ladon went with us and was able to hear the struggles they experienced with having their police department in the city building. It was almost identical to our situation. Morale has drastically increased with their first standalone police station, and it looks great. They took pride in what they've accomplished. Another thing I took from that meeting was that we could be doing a disservice to those we work for, the taxpayers. We have an extremely healthy reserve, and I agree it's great to have a healthy reserve. However, while we continue to see bigger projects come our way, we should be thinking about what we can do to help encourage investment in our community. So please, council, know that I look forward to continuing to bring projects to you and ask for your continued support of a better Logansport. All right, reports from committees, boards, and commissions.
Finance Committee met on the 21st. Mayor, we talked about park fee increase. We talked about McClure Oil, trash rate increase, clerk treasurer background checks, contract with Edge Air monitoring, street department shifting money, and giving them additional money for a lift. The mayor discussed community development positions. The mayor discussed the Baker Tilly employment contract, and we discussed contract on a new workman's compensation insurance policy, and also the mayor discussed the mental health insurance plan for the employees. That was all on the finance.
quite the agenda. Anyone else? Rules Committee meeting was put on the 20th.
David, you have that? Rules Committee meeting?
Well, I held it, I did not call it, I'm not sure who called that meeting.
Oh,
But yes, we had a rules committee meeting, was that the same night as finance, Carl?
no, that was another night. Only you and Larry and Jonathan showed up to that one.
Okay. All I can recollect.
That was one where you discussed the first item on the agenda tonight about the appointment of a youth advisor. That was one of the topics.
Right. Yeah, it was all, it was for the,
Aaron wanted it for the parking.
that's right. The garages around town, the commercial garages.
Yeah, which we tabled.
So, my apologies, I forgot about that.
Old business, none. New business, Resolution 2021-105, Councilman Morris.
Resolution 2021-105, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving the appointment of a youth advisor. I'd make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion?
I just like to make a couple comments. I had the difficult decision to make on choosing a youth advisor for our council to advise the city council. There were several good candidates. There was a little confusion on my part, I will admit, about the age requirement. But what I'd like to say is we've made a good selection with Reese Bear, I believe. But I just want to recognize the Youth Advisory Council itself. This is something the mayor's put together. I think he's worked kind of hand in hand with Nick Gaff on this. But I want to just read off the names of the members of that council, and you've met, what, 3 times now?
Yeah.
So Nicholas Yak is the senior chairman. Maxwell Baker, I don't know who's who out there, so if you're out there, just kind of stand up so we can see who you are. Maxwell Baker, he's the vice chairman. Mayo Goad is the senior secretary. Ethan Hopper's on that committee. Sal Scagnoli, Reese Bear, Neil Lehman, Luke Hallam, Rachel Rogers, Gracie Kitchell, and Hallie Van Kuren. So I want to thank all you guys for being involved and being a part of the mayor's council on that. Appreciate it very much. It's something new, and I think it's a good thing for the city of Logansport.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Amy Denford,
Yes.
Carl McPherson,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
Jake Don,
Yes.
Jonathan Nell,
Yes.
Larry Hood.
Yes.
Resolution 2021-105 passes, and we will go ahead and swear in Reese Bear so that he can join council. Reese, do you have anybody here who'd like to hold the Bible for you?
Yeah, my dad, can you come on up?
And in the middle here. Here, there you go. Right hand on the yeah. Left hand on the Bible. Repeat after me. Ready? I, Reese Bear, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
That I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as a youth advisor
as a youth advisory
to the City Council
to the City Council
for the City of Logansport, Indiana,
for the City of Logansport, Indiana,
according to law,
according to law,
and to the best of my ability,
and to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God. Come on over here, my friend. Sit down there. We won't bite you. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations, Reese.
Thank you very much.
All right, on to Resolution 2021-106. Councilman Ladon.
Resolution 2021-106, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving the expenditure of funds from the non-reverting Mount Hope Cemetery Perpetual Fund number 407 for storage barn completion. I make a motion to hold a vote on Resolution 2021-106.
Second. Sorry.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Larry Hood.
Yes.
Jonathan Nell.
Yes.
Jacob Don.
Yes.
Dave Morris.
Yes.
Carl McPherson.
Yes.
Amy Denton.
Yes.
Resolution 2021-106 passes. Resolution 2021-107. Councilman Hood.
Resolution 2021-107 is an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, authorizing the expenditure of contractual line item from the clerk treasurer for the payment of the Safe Hiring Solutions contract. Mayor Martin, I ask for a vote on Resolution 2021-107.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Don.
Yes.
Dave Morris.
Yes.
Carl McPherson.
Yes.
Larry Hood.
Yes.
Jonathan Nell.
Yes.
Amy Denton.
Yes.
Resolution 2021-107 passes. Resolution 2021-108. Councilor Dinsmore.
Resolution 2021-108, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, authorizing the expenditure of the Common Council of the City of Logansport miscellaneous funds for the payment of an air monitoring study contract. I'd like to move Resolution 2021-108 forward for a vote.
Second.
Any further discussion? Any public comments?
I just got one thing, Chris. I just want to let everybody know that we should probably have this done by the end of this week and have the results. And what we'll probably do at that point then is forward them on to the county, WSP, and to the group that's kind of been working on this. So the company has already been working on this. And, we're looking forward to the results. The county has a proposed site that they want to put the monitor on. We just wanted to verify that it would be in the best possible place for the community. So, just want to bring that up.
Has the county shared that information with you, where they want to put it yet?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us?
Yeah, their suggestion is, they're wanting to put it above Consolidated Union on High Street, 505 High. We're concerned that maybe the distance is a little too far when you consider that the wind normally blows into the west side of town first. So we've looked at a couple alternative sites. One is out at the wastewater treatment plant. They got plenty of room out there. I've spoken with Greg, the superintendent. He's found a location out there that would be proper. It's from the west side of town to High Street. It's about 1.5 miles. So it may not make any difference, but we felt it was necessary for the protection of everybody in the city. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jonathan Nell.
Yes.
Carl McPherson.
Yes.
Dave Morris.
Yes.
Jeffrey Don,
Yes.
Amy Dennis,
Yes.
Larry Hood.
Yes.
Resolution 2021-108 passes. Resolution 2021-109, Councilman Nels, sorry.
Resolution 2021-109, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, authorizing Indiana Public Employees Plan as the City of Logansport Workers' Compensation Plan insurer. Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to move Resolution 2021-109 to a vote.
A second.
Any further discussion?
Is this Mr. Kane?
Yep, this is Mr. Brett Kane.
Could I just have one question for you, if I could?
Yes, please, you can.
Please. I know that the reason that we've gone with IPEP is because the carrier we previously had didn't want to do just the workman's comp, is that correct?
Yes, we had the coverage for the workers' compensation for the city with Travelers.
Mm-hmm.
And Travelers made a decision throughout the midpoint of the year of 2020 that they no longer wanted to just insure the workers' compensation. The problem is they weren't competitive on the rest of the package.
Mm-hmm.
So the IPEP program was really the next best choice. And, we're really confident. I think things have got off to a great start. We're very confident that it'll be a good, good relationship between the city of Logansport, and the Indiana Public Employees Plan.
Yeah. Excellent. The other question that I had for you is, I know a couple of years back we looked into some type of health insurance through the state, and where you had to make a certain commitment for a period of time. Is there anything like that that's associated with this?
No. If the city of Logansport decided to, we could pick a date, but if the city of Logansport decided to move the workers' compensation, then that's exactly what you would be able to do. There's not a year restriction. There's no minimum requirement. And there's no additional funds that are paid in other than just the pure cost of the insurance premium.
Okay. Do you even know, I was vague enough, do you even know
Well,
maybe it was a health plan through AIM or something?
I do believe, yes, Mr. Morris, I think what you're talking about would be more medical related, even though workers' compensation has a medical part to it as well. But it would be something that would have been totally different.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you answering my question, and I know you've always done a fine job for us, so I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Any further discussion or questions for Brett Kane?
I guess in the future, we just found out about this, and he had to sign some paperwork readily. I didn't appreciate the timing, personally.
We had a meeting in, January? It was the beginning of the year.
Well, we met right before, we met like the third week of December.
Okay. Yeah, so it was one of those things that, obviously as the executive, I have to send those papers, and you can't have a lapse of coverage and something like that, and I'm glad we didn't.
I realize that. I've been doing this 6 years. I've never been put in this situation before. To be expected to vote on something that was already, we needed a signature because our employees wouldn't be covered.
Well, we're voting on it now. Paperwork's signed, so let's move forward. Any further discussion? Call for question.
Larry Hood.
Yes.
Amy Dennis,
Yes.
Jeffrey Don,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
Carl McPherson,
Yes.
Jonathan Nell.
Yes.
Resolution 2021-109 passes. Thank you, Brett King.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Ordinance 2021-01, Councilman McPherson.
Ordinance 2021-01, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, amending Ordinance 2017-04, setting the fee schedule for programs, activities, and merchandise within the Logansport Park and Recreational System.
Mayor, I think we should move this forward for a vote. I'll second.
Any further discussion? Parks Administrator Jan Foley.
Good evening, everyone. I forgot that this is going to be an ordinance, and we're really needing to post these fees to the public ASAP. I wonder if there's a way to move on to the second reading tonight as well, if that's possible.
We can suspend the rules and do that, Jan.
I would
We'll
be
do that.
grateful. I would be grateful. You know, it says something about raising them, but really most fees are not raised. They're actually just what they are. Just timing is what, when you change hour shifts and things like that. So we really didn't raise that many fees. So.
Any further discussion? To vote on ordinance 2021-01 on its first reading. All right, call for question.
Dave Morris.
Yes.
Jake McDonald.
Yes.
Amy Dinsmore.
Yes.
Larry Hood.
Yes.
Jonathan Allen.
Yes.
Carl McPherson.
Yes.
Ordinance 2021-01 passes on its first reading.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules and move ordinance 2021-01 to a vote for its second reading.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question on suspension of rules.
Carl McPherson.
Yes.
Dave Morris.
Yes.
Jake McDonald.
Yes.
Amy Dinsmore.
Yes.
Larry Hood.
Yes.
Jonathan Allen.
Yes.
Any further discussion on the second reading of ordinance 2021-01? Call for question.
How about I make a motion to approve?
Yeah, there we go. Let's start there, huh? Good question. Yeah. Do I have a motion?
I'll second.
Second. Now, call for question on the second reading.
Jake McDonald.
Yes.
Carl McPherson.
Yes.
Dave Morris.
Yes.
Jonathan Allen.
Yes.
Amy Dinsmore.
Yes.
Larry Hood.
Yes.
Ordinance 2021-01 passes on the second reading. Public comments. Anyone in the audience who would like to make a comment, please come forward to the mic, state your name and address. Seeing none, council member comments.
Mayor, I'd like to make a comment. I'd like to commend our fire department on a very difficult task they had about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago over on Melbourne Avenue. Fine job on Chief Bear's part and his men that were working that shift. I mean, they do a tremendous job on all things, but that was particularly, from what I was listening to, a difficult situation. So, fine job, guys.
Anybody else?
I'd just like to say that I'm really happy to see Resolution 2021-108 pass, simply due to the fact that if WSP is going to continue, I think it's the very least that we can do within the means of our power and authority to try and calm the minds of the citizens of the city. In addition, I'd like to welcome Mr. Bear as our youth advisory member of the council, and look forward to hearing your opinion on many issues.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Mayor, do you think by the March 1st meeting, which is the next time the council officially meets, that Mr. Bear could have a name plaque to put up in his chair over here in front of us?
Let's do it. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I'm just checking.
No, yeah.
You're in charge.
I'll work on that.
All right.
Jacob, you got that?
All right.
All right, let's work on that nameplate.
Thank you, Mayor.
You bet. Thank you. Anyone else?
I'd just like to say a couple things. First of all, Reese and for the other youth out here, typically by the time we get to the council meeting, most of these resolutions and ordinances that we talk about have been hashed out in committee. Now, what Reese will help us with is we have different committees, parks and whatever, and anything that would involve the youth, and that can be broadly interpreted. What we'll try to do is notify Reese of committee meetings and what's going to be on that agenda. He's to come and represent your group and speak for you, but that's also not to say that any of you can't come. We take public comments. Any of you are welcome to come and also speak on any topic that would be addressed in a committee meeting. So, welcome, Reese.
Thank you, Skip.
And,
Welcome, my friend.
I'm just glad to be here this month. Last month I wasn't feeling so good, so.
Any other council member comments?
Nope.
Councilman Ledon, I appreciate you going with us Friday.
Yeah, thanks for the invite.
And Huntington has made it clear that they would love for other council members, if you ever have the time, to please visit the Huntington Police Department and see what they've built themselves. So,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
all right, let me do the. Hold on, let me do this.
Good job. All right, Merritt, do your spill.
Miscellaneous business and any matter that's not already considered, including ADA Section 504 compliance or concerns.
Oh, gee.
Seeing none, do I have a motion to
I
adjourn?
second it.
All right, it is 6:55 PM. Call for questions.
Larry Hood,
Yes.
Jonathan Mel,
Yes.
Dave Don,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
Carl McPherson.
Yes.
Amy Denton.
Yes.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
At least you be part of it. At least you have a day. It's gonna take a long way, my friend.